thank you so much for joining me for this full-length Pilates mat class. We're working on inner and outer thighs today. I have a stretchy resistance band circle, or you can take your stretchy band, tighten a knot on one end and use that as well. I also have a squishy ball. This squishy ball that I am using today is bigger than my bender ball that I have. So I am using a little bit bigger of a ball today. I'm not sure of the exact diameter. It's probably about 2 inches, maybe an inch or two bigger in diameter. So we're going to begin class with our feet flat. We're facing the length of our mat. I have the squishy ball. I have it a little bit deflated so that I can squish it a little easier. It's right above my knees, so I'm not squishing in with my knees. I want to squish in with my thigh. So I have the ball located right above the knee. I'm going to take my band and place it on my wrist. So I pull out, I'm going to have a nice bend in my elbow. I don't have my arms extended straight in front of me, squeezing on my shoulders. I have a nice wide collarbone, nice long neck. I'm sitting right up on my sits bones. If you find that your hamstrings are tight, please feel free to place something under your hind knee so you can sit right up on your sits bones. I'm wrapping in my ribs as if I'm wearing a corset so my ribs aren't flaring out. Nice long neck. Squeezing under my arms to pull the band gently apart. From there, we're just going to tuck into a couple C-shaped curves. Inhale, exhale, tuck first. Don't hinge back into your C-shaped curve. Tuck and articulate down into that C-shaped curve. Maintaining the squeeze on the ball, maintaining the pull apart on your band. And articulate back up. The tuck is the last thing to release. And tuck. Keep breathing, inhale. And exhaling back up. Nothing's going on in my upper body. Good. On this next one, we're going to come down. We're going to add some rotation. I'm going to rotate back. Everything underneath my belly button is staying completely stable, but I am twisting to the left and center, twisting to the right, center, and articulate up. I'm going to tuck again. This time I'm going to think about not letting my arms lead. My ribs are leading. So my band is staying completely centered in front of my body, just like where it would be when I roll back up. Let's do one more. And left, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Right and up. One more exercise here. Tuck and roll back. Now lift your arms up a few inches and squeeze under your arms to lower. And up and squeeze. You should not be lifting your arms so high that your shoulders pop up. And articulate back up. Release your band, take the ball out, place it to the side nearby where it's not rolling away. We're going to take our band, thread our legs through the band, put it up right above our knees on our thighs. I find that if I roll it up too high, my band goes nuts. If I leave it closer to my knees, I have an easier time personally with my bands. So I have my feet separated again. I'm pressing out on the band with the outsides of my glutes, the outsides of my thighs. My heels are lined up with my knees are lined up with my sits bones. I'm going to take the ball with the meaty part of my hands, not the fingers, and squish in on it. Dropping my shoulders up, back, and down, keeping that same bend in my elbows, wrapping my ribs. We're going to do the same series with everything switched. So I'm going to inhale, tuck and roll back. Squeeze down, shoulders down. Exhale, articulate up. Tuck is the last thing to release. And tuck, articulate back. And exhale, back up. Keep your feet flat. One more. On this next one, we're going to add a twist. We did 2 starting to the left first. So we're going to start to the right this time. Inhale, exhale, tuck back. Leave your band equal. Keep the same number 11. Rotate to the right, center, left, center, release it up, inhale, and to the left. I'm leaving my ball in the same spot. My arms are leading the twist. My body's leading the twist. The ball is traveling with me. One more, and to the right one more time. Through center, drop your belly button to your spine, and center. Release. We have one more with raising the arm up a few inches. Tuck your tail, roll back, and lift, and lower. Squeezing the ball the whole time from underneath the arms. Lift, and lower. One more. Don't roll up, don't articulate up. Articulate the rest of the way down. We're gonna place our ball somewhere safe where we can still get to it. I'm gonna bring my feet together. My legs are a long diamond position. I'm gonna pull my heels in to my glutes, raise them up to tabletop, press my legs out in a frog style position to find that extended diamond one more time. From there, I'm gonna locate a neutral spine. I'm gonna close everything together in parallel and open the book back up. So I'm back in that diamond position, my heels are together, my toes are apart. When I close, everything's touching the insides of my feet, the inside of my legs, and I'm gonna open and close. Rotate the femur and the hip socket to really rotate and get all that nice inner thigh, outer thigh work. Good. 2 more. Draw your belly to your spine, keep your spine in neutral. This is work on the abdominals, right? Now stay turned out in the open book position. Float your fingertips up to the ceiling, coming out where you're starting your 12th rib meet. Inhale. Exhale to come up, inhale to up. Exhale to come down. Inhale to repair. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to hold. Exhale to release. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Stay here. We're going to do our hundreds here. We're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Long inhale. Continuous exhale. Inhale. And exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be able to activate your glutes strongly here in a diamond position with the band. Rotate the femur and the hip socket even firmer and really pump down those arms, activating the muscles underneath the arms that you use for warm-up. Keep your chin off your chest as if you had an apple, an orange underneath your chin. Crease of the sternum. Use your abdominals to support your head. If at any time you need additional support, place your hand behind your head. 1 hand, 2 hand. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Continue pumping. Final 1. And exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a nice little hug. Rock out gently from side to side. So go ahead and release in that low back a little bit. Locate your ball. Keep your band on your thighs. Walk your heels in. Lift your tailbone up. Slide the ball underneath. When you lift, make sure you're platforming on your shoulder blades and you're not popping onto your neck. Place the ball under your sacrum. It shouldn't be so far in that your back is arching and your ribs are flaring, but it shouldn't be so far towards your tailbone that you're tucking wildly. Try to place it right on the tailbone. There should be a little bit sticking out. You'll find a nice neutral spine here. It'll be nice and easy to activate your lower abdominals and sink them down, down, down. It'll feel as if there's a hollow bowl. And platform from my shoulders up towards my hips. From there, I'm going to draw my knees into tabletop. Lift them up to the ceiling. They're going straight up to the ceiling. I don't have them popping up and in towards my face, tucking my tail. My legs are going straight up to the ceiling. From there, I'm going to turn my feet out to Pilates feet by rotating the femur and the hip socket. Then I'm going to scissor my legs. It's a small scissor, guys. And I'm going to switch, small and controlled. And I'm going to switch. And switch. And I'm platforming my shoulder blades. My hands are wrapped around the ball to try to help to control it. I don't want it to slide out from under my hiney, right? One more. Now both legs up to the ceiling. Extend your left leg away from you slightly. We're going to do leg circles from here. We do have a slight resistance on the band. I'm going to bring my leg across and back up on the exhale. And inhale. It is a lot of work to maintain my leg that's stabilized right where it is because the band's going to pull and release on it. Good. And now reverse. Inhale, outside, and exhale back up. Inhale, really rotate the femur in the hip socket. Squeeze it on your glutes. Work those thighs. Inner thigh, outer thigh. Try not to work the quad, right? Good. Now both legs back up to the ceiling. Re-establish your Pilates feet position. Reach your right leg away from you slightly. Now with your left leg, inhale across and exhale back up. Inhale and exhale. very tiny circles. Really working on the rotation of the femur and the hip socket the whole time. Keep breathing. Good job, guys. And now we're going to reverse. And exhale it up. And inhale away. And exhale. So reach energy out of the leg that's stabilizing. Shooting energy out of your toes, elongating through the leg. Excellent. Bring your legs back up. Rotate to parallel to release. Rotate fix your band if you need to, like I do. Rotate the femur and the hip socket to a nice Pilates feet. Separate your feet so that they're in a nice, extended, separated position. I have about a foot between both feet. I'm going to flex them. As I draw them down to my working level, I'm going to bring my heels together. I'm going to point my toes and lift them back up to the starting position with about a foot between both heels. I'm drawing a V down, and I'm tracing the V back up with my feet. Flex and point. As I do this, I'm really challenging my body to stabilize itself. I'm not tucking when I lift back up, so I'm not swinging back up and tucking, right? I'm working from the inner and outer thighs and glutes and pulling it back up. One more. Good. Bring your feet together in parallel. Draw your knees to tabletop. Bring your feet to the mat. We're going to be doing some bridging. So I'm going to adjust my band one more time. Place your feet on the mat. Line up your heels so they're underneath your sits bones. So again, you have a straight line from your sits bones to your knees, from your knees to your toes. Make sure you have each foot evenly weighted. From behind the big toe, behind the baby toe to the heel. From there, I'm going to platform my arms down by my side, or I'm going to hold onto my ball and really platform my triceps into the mat, right? Wrap my ribs, squeeze my glutes, and lift my hips up so it's a hinge bridge. I'm coming straight up, and then I release everything back down. No articulation, and hinge lift, and lower. Really squeeze the glutes and lift. Now maintaining the bridge and maintaining that equal weighted foot position, I'm going to use my outer glutes to pulse out, out. The weight on my feet are not shifting. Out, out, out. It's a tiny pulse. 8, 9, 10. Stop. Just the left leg pulse out and out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze your glutes even more. 9, 10. Wrap your ribs even tighter. Just the right leg. Don't shift the weight off your foot. 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3. Lift up higher. 2, 1. And lower that hinge bridge down. One-legged work. Inhale, exhale, hinge up. Extend your left leg straight out from the hip, going away from you. We're going to pulse out for 1, and a 2, and a 3. Staying there, we're working in parallel. We're going to go out, and out, and out. Tiny circles, 1, and a 2, and a 3, and now reverse for 1. Using your outer hip, outer glute, 3. Foot down, hinge bridge down. What we do on one side, we have to do on the other, right? We're working the outer glutes now, guys, or the outer thighs. We worked the inner thighs previously when we had our feet in the air, doing the feet in the air work, right? Inhale, exhale, hinge up. Extend your right leg straight out. Make sure your hips are even, and pulse up, and a pulse and up, and 3. Stay up and pulse out. Out. Don't move your standing leg, and 3. And 3 small circles for 1, and a 2, and a 3. And reverse 1, and a 2, and a 3. Bend your foot, place it back down on the mat. Hinge, bridge down. Give your knees a little hug real fast. Hold on to the ball if you'd like to. Tuck your tail up and in. Feel the nice release in your low back. Place your feet on the mat. Lift your hind knee. Pull the ball up. Inhale, exhale. Rock up to sitting. Remove your band. It's relief, right? Let's go ahead and extend our heels to the corners of the mat. Place the ball in between your legs. I'm going to take my hands and make a diamond shape. Just like we did earlier when we had our arms bent, we're just now going to rotate our palms. So our palms were facing in on each other when we were doing the articulation moves, the C-shaped curve at the beginning. Now we're just going to rotate our palms down, still squeezing in on the underside of our arms and wrapping our ribs. From here, we're going to crease at the sternum as if we were curling up. And then we're going to press down on the ball. Exhale all our air, press forward slightly. We're going to pull back up into that hinge forward, crease at the sternum position, and articulate back up, pressing down on the ball to sit even taller. Crease at the sternum. This is a 4-count breath. You can also do a 2. We'll do one more 4-count and we'll move on to some 2s. Crease at the sternum. It's not a big movement. We're really drawing down the abdominals, really increasing the connection by pressing down on the ball here. And now for some 2-count breaths. So we're going to inhale as we crease and press down. And exhale as we pull and articulate up and inhale. Sit right up on your sits bones. Again, if you have tight hamstrings, you can place something under your high knee to help you sit straight up. From there, we're going to take the ball, rotate to the left, place it on the outside of our left knee. I have a nice bend in my elbow here so that I'm not rounding in on my shoulder. We're going to be doing soft pressing into the ball still to increase your abdominal connection. Reach your arm behind you, flip your palm up to the ceiling to square off your shoulders, crease at the sternum, and press down into the ball. As you press forward slightly, pull back to the crease in the sternum, and sit up. Crease and press. You're not going to make it as far as you would normally in a saw. Allow your hand to shift as it needs to. Because we're pressing down strongly, just really increasing the abdominal connection. 2 more. Pull back and articulate up. Now take the ball, squish it just like you did earlier. Squeeze down onto your arms, press it into the center. Inhale through center, exhale to rotate to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Place the ball on the mat. Nice bend in your elbow. We're going to do saw to the other side as well. Flip your palm so it's facing in or back or up to the ceiling. And we're going to crease at the sternum. Exhale, pressing into the ball. Pull back and exhale back up. When I sit tall, my palm faces the inside. And when I dive down, my palm floats up to the ceiling. Your body might be doing this differently. We're just trying to square our shoulders a little bit to our foot so that we can maintain some control over keeping our hips equally weighted on the mat. 2 more. Press down into the ball. Articulate back up. 1 more. Now, reach down, find the ball, place it in between your sternum. Inhale through center, exhale as you grow taller, spine twist towards the left. Inhale through center, spine twist towards the right. I have a nice squish on the ball, squeeze under the arms. Inhale through center, exhale right to the left. From there, we're going to go ahead, we're going to flip over onto our stomachs. We're going to use that diamond shape with the arm again. We're going to be doing some swan prep, swan work, swimming work here. So I'm going to place the ball in front of my head. I find oftentimes the pieces of my ponytail get stuck under the ball when I do this exercise. I really like it. My hair does not. So if your hair gets stuck and you decide you don't like it, please feel free to not use the ball. All right, I'm going to place my hands in a diamond shape, making that square, squishing down on the ball. My forehead's on the mat. I'm going to inhale to begin to press down on the ball, articulate out, drawing my abdominals up and in. I'm in the swan prep position, so my inner thighs are squeezing together strongly. My abdominals are drawing up and in. I've wrapped my ribs. Now when I come down, if I've pressed on the ball too much and I feel my ribs kickstand or stop me at the bottom is because I've allowed my ribs to flare at the top of my swan. I need to draw my ribs together. It's not only going to make it easier to get down in this one, it's going to protect my back because I won't be arching into my back too much. My front will be supporting my back. So let's go ahead and try it again. So over here, before we begin, wrap your ribs, squeeze your inner thighs, draw your abdominals up and in. Now press down on the ball as you lift up, lengthening your neck. Try not to look up at the ceiling or straight ahead. Try to keep a nice, long, even curve from the tip top of your head up through your tail. Let's do one more. Relax in the shoulders, squeeze under the arms. This is an exercise you should feel strongly underneath your arms, not in your shoulders, right? And release. Now, go ahead and rest your elbows on the mat. Squeeze in on your inner thighs, wrap your ribs, draw your lower belly up and in. Squeeze your glutes to lift your right leg up. You should not feel a shifting across the front of your hips as you do this exercise. You should remain equally grounded on both sides. Right leg. And now left leg. Good. And right leg. One more. Draw your abs up even tighter as you lift your leg up. Adjust your ball as you need to so that you're more comfortable in your shoulders. Now, squeezing the inner thighs together, drawing the abdominals up and in, wrapping your ribs. Float both legs up. No swaying out in the low back to this. This is just a slight lift and a lower. And a lift and a lower. One more. And now for a modified swan dive. We're going to press up into swan. And as we release down, articulating down, we're going to squeeze our legs so they float up behind us as our forehead touches the mat. And now we're going to press up into swan. When we reach the top, our legs are going to touch down. Abs up and in. And dive down, down, down with control, squeezing our glutes and inner thighs to lift our legs. One more. Good. Down under the arms. And lower the legs all the way down to the mat. Good. Reach your arms out in front of you. Nice bend in your elbows though. Squishing in on the ball with the meaty part of your hand again. We're going to inhale, float our head and our hands off the mat. Our biceps are by our ears. Our nose is only hovering off about an inch. We're going to squeeze in on the ball to release our shoulders away from our ears. And lower. And now lift your legs. And lower. Squish it on the ball. And float it up. And lower. This is a prep for swimming, guys. Squeeze our legs up. And lower. One more. Lift our arms and head. Keep them there. Lift our legs. And now squish in on the ball, but only swim with your legs. Inhale. Exhale. Slow it down. Make it as small as you need to so that you don't rock in your hips or your body. When you start rocking, squeeze your inner thighs together. Draw your abdominals up and in. Wrap your ribs and work from your glutes. One more. Inhale. Squeeze under your arms, shoulders away from your ears, and release down. Now, leave the ball where it is and press back into a child's pose. Feeling a nice release in the low back. Feeling a nice release after such an amount of work. We're going to take our right arm, thread it underneath our left arm, and look out. We're trying to drop our shoulder down to the mat and drop our hips down to the down to our heels, our sits bones. We're going to come back to the center, and we're going to go the opposite direction, looking out under our arm, trying to drop that shoulder all the way down, and keep our sits bones on our heels. Come back through center. Take a nice deep breath one more time. Now walk your fingers back as you articulate up. Support the back of your body again by lifting up in front and using your abdominals to lift up in that articulation. We're going to take our ball and put it to the side real fast. We're going to come down sitting. Feet bent, our knees bent, feet on flat on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, roll back. Draw your legs up to tabletop. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. We're going to be doing the single leg stretch and the double leg stretch from the series of 5. So we're going to inhale, exhale to curl up. Now take your left hand, place it on the inside of your right knee. Take your right hand, reach for your right ankle, and extend your left leg. Inhale back through center and tabletop, and exhale to reverse it. Right hand to the inside of your left knee, left hand reaching for your left ankle. Inhale through center, exhale to reverse. Again, we have the apple, the orange underneath our chin. We're creasing at the sternum to support our head. We have a nice heavy sacrum, so we're not tucking to curl up even deeper because it doesn't actually work. We just think it does. We have 2 more. Good. We're going to stay up if we're able to. Otherwise, rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Come back up when you're able to. Or rest your head, neck, and shoulders for the double leg stretch. We're going to reach both hands long towards our ankles for the double leg stretch. Inhale, reach our arms up by our ears, biceps by ears, no further. Reaching our legs out to working level. Exhale, bring our arms to a T. When they reach the T, we pull everything in. Inhale. Exhale, arms to a T, and then pull our legs. Inhale. Don't lose your curl. Stay in the same position the whole time. I like to press out in parallel, rotate out to Pilates feet. Bring my arms around, rotate back to parallel and pull. I find it's a nice additional thigh workout. Good, we have 2 more. 1 more curl, even deeper. Good. Hold on behind your knees. Rock up to sitting. We're going to take our ball. We're going to place it again between our thighs, right above our knee. We're going to be doing rolling like a ball. For those of us with osteoporosis, osteopenia, neck problems, back problems, please do not roll. Instead, we're going to pinpoint our feet in the center, hover our feet off the mat, squeeze in on the ball. Round forward, trying to get a nice C-shaped curve from the tip top of our head out through our tailbone and pulse in on the ball with our inner thighs. For the rest of us, we're also going to find this position. We're going to inhale, rock back to the tips of our tailbones, or our shoulder blades, rock and articulate up, and then squeeze in on the ball, pulse it at top. Inhale back. Try not to allow your ball to rock away from you as you roll back and up. Try to keep it in the same position. Pull down on your shins to really keep your shoulders away from your ears and drop your belly to your spine and really work with your articulation. And if you feel your low back slapping, it's because you're flat tiring at the end and you're releasing in your C-shaped curve. You're really hold on to it tight. And this ball will help you to know if you're releasing in it and you're pressing your legs away from you to use momentum to get up. So use your exhale to get up. So inhale back and bears it. Exhale to come back up again. Good job, guys. So from here, we're going to take our feet, place them flat on the mat, separate them so our heels are underneath our sit bones, and articulate back. I'm going to place my head in my hands and interlace my fingers. My thumbs are long down my neck. I'm going to inhale, exhale. I'm not using my arms to bring my head up. I'm supporting my head, my hands, but my abdominals are supporting my head. I'm going to inhale, exhale, rotate to the right and center. Exhale to the left. Again, just like in the beginning when we did the rotation, my sits bones aren't shifting. 1 more. If you're able to, stay up. If not, rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Squeeze your legs up to tabletop. I have a number 11 legs. My heels aren't squeezed together. They're separated. I'm going to rotate right and center. Curl even deeper. Keep a nice weighted sacrum so you're not curling up. Good. If you can stay up, extend your legs up. We're going to rotate, squeezing the ball with our inner thighs to bring our right leg closer, our left leg further away. Rotate our underarm to our right knee. Come back through center. Rotate your left leg closer and switch. It's a twist. And center and twist. You gotta control it and go slow, otherwise you're gonna lose your ball. One more to each side, guys, and twist. Squeeze in on that ball, and twist. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a nice little hug. We're going to rest our feet flat on the mat. We're going to be doing a little bit of a teaser series. There are modifications that you can do for wherever you are in your practice today. I'm going to walk my feet away from me slightly so I can find a nice flat sacrum. Really connect through my ribs. Reach my arms up. Where my sternum and 12th rib meet, circle them around. If I can't control my ribs, I don't want to drop my hands all the way to the back, but I can circle them above my ears, squeezing under my arm, and articulate up, 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 up. Reach my legs to a tabletop teaser. From there, if it's available to me, I'll extend my legs long in teaser and circle my arms to the outside for 1 and a 2 and a 3. Nice long neck. Go back to tabletop anytime you need to. And a 2 and a 3. If I'm able to, I'll leave my legs here, or I can pull them to tabletop or extend them flat on the mat as I come down. But if I'm leaving them up, I'll tuck my tail and articulate back. I would draw my knees into tabletop at this point if I need to. As my head, neck, and shoulders hit, my feet would come down to the mat if I was extending them all the way down to the mat. So I'll bring my arms up and around. Inhale. Exhale and lift. From there, I'm going to twist my legs here as well. Right leg up, left leg up. Right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Again, if you're leaving your legs up, tuck your tail and come in. About here is where you draw your knees into tabletop if you were. As your head, neck, and shoulders come down, your feet would come down if you're bringing your legs all the way down. Inhale. Come up to sitting. We're gonna pulse in with our inner thighs for 10, 9, 8, 7. Nice long neck. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone will come down. And as we begin to lower our head and shoulders, our eyes will stay in line with our toes, and everything will hit at the same time. Extend your arms up and over. For a nice, long stretch. From here, we're going to hold on behind our knees, tuck our chin to our chest, articulate up. We're going to come down onto our knees in a quadruped position. We're going to do a cat-cow from here. You can do cat-cow on your hands. You can also use the destabilizing aspect of the ball to help you engage underneath your arms. When you're here, try not to bend your wrist so much. Try to come with a little bit of a straighter wrist to the side. I bring my thumbs a little bit more to the top so my wrist can be a little bit straighter. My wrists are still underneath my shoulders. My hips are still underneath or still over my knees. From there, I'm just going to go ahead and sink my tail, lift my head up, squeeze under my arms to pull my shoulders away, just like swan, just like lifting up and out through swan. Tuck my tail, tuck my head, still squeezing under my arms. I'm using my glutes the whole time so that my tail doesn't go back too far, and I have a lot of control here with the ball. Squeeze up, up, up. What I'm saying is I don't want to do this. I don't want to go back. So I'm up in the angry cat. I'm going to squeeze my glutes still, squeeze underneath my arms to stay controlled over the ball. I have my elbows bent back so I'm not popping up into my traps or my neck. I'm going to come back to neutral, bring my toes together, and find child's pose again, guys. Good job, guys. From there, we're going to articulate back up. Locate our band again. You thought you were done with it, but you are not. I'm going to place my ball to the side briefly as I put the band on my thighs right above my knees. I'm going to come down to side lying. I'm going to place the ball underneath my ankle and find a nice side lying position where my head is resting on my arm. Could you lift your head? Sure. But it is a pretty unstable position with your foot on the ball. You can really focus on pressing down with the outside of the glutes on the ball with the foot closest to the mat and lifting up with the other outside of the glutes, or the rotation when we work in Pilates B if you have your head down. So I've made my arm into a pillow. I'm lifting up on my side closest to the mat. I have my hips stacked, I have my shoulders stacked. I'm hinging at the hips slightly to bring my legs out in front of me if I would like it to help stabilize. From there, I'm going to pull my legs apart and squeeze them back in with my inner thighs. Pull with your outside of your leg and squeeze with your inner thigh. I'm pressing down on the ball with my leg closest to the mat. Good. Keep breathing. And release. Make sure you're not sinking. Place your hand under your hip for additional challenge. Good. Really squeeze it on your glutes to help stabilize, draw your belly to your spine. Keep it up. Now swing your leg, or don't swing it. Pull it forward slightly and squeeze it back with your glutes. Don't allow your hips to shift forward and back. To accommodate the movement, you will feel a destabilization and a rockiness. The more stabilized and stacked you stay in your hips, the harder it will be anyways, but the less shifting you'll feel. Good. Drop out of your side. Nice lift in your obliques. Good. From here, I'm going to bring my feet back to center, turn it out. My feet are still separated, and I'm going to do circles, tiny circles. 1, 2, 3. Rotating the femur and the hip socket. And reverse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your legs together. Draw your knees in. Come off the ball carefully. Press yourself up to sitting. Place your ball to the side for a moment. Readjust our band. Come back to center. My knees are separated. My heels are together. I'm going to hold on to right below my ankle. Tuck my tail slightly. Hover my feet off in the open leg rocker position. For those of us who do not have the flexibility to reach for anywhere on our thigh between our patella or underneath our knee and above our ankle, hold on behind your knees, still in a tuck, squeezing under our arms. For those of us with osteoporosis, osteopenia, back, neck problems, please continue with this open leg rocker prep while we rock. Otherwise, everyone together, squeeze under your arms, extend your right leg and lower. Extend your left leg. Really reach your ribs and hips together. Nice wide collarbones, drawing your shoulder blades down your back. Now, both legs at the same time twice. Extend and lower. We're trying to keep our legs in line with our shoulders. So the band will help you to do so while you're also working your outer thigh area. Extend, stay there. Inhale, tap, roll back. And exhale, back up. Again, if you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, neck, back problems, please continue on with the modification or find a nice stretch. Otherwise, we're going to inhale back, exhale back up. Inhale. One more. Hold down on your legs to really engage underneath your arms and pull your shoulders away from your ears. With control, bring your feet back down and then release them to the mat. We're going to come to the other side for the sideline legs with the ball underneath our bottom leg. I'm going to readjust my band if I need to. Uh-oh. So, something can happen with your band. It can twist out, right? I'm going to lie on my side, stack my shoulders, stack my hips, pull up out of my side closest to the mat, press down on the ball with my bottom leg, squeeze my glutes in both legs. I have my feet in parallel. I'm going to pull my legs apart and squeeze them together. Again, you can bring your hand to your hip for an added challenge. As you exhale, really feel your belly button dropping to your spine. Good. 3 more. And separate and squeeze the inner thighs. Now stay up at the top. Press your leg forward in the band and squeeze it back with your glutes. Again, if you feel your hips rocking and shifting, slow it down. Stop when your legs are stacked and then squeeze your glutes to pull your leg back. Don't use momentum because momentum is not your friend here. Good. Here's 6, 7, 8, and 9. Abs up and in. No, swaying out your low back. And 10. Stack your legs. Turn it out to a Pilates feet. 10 small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift them out of your side. 8, 9, 10. Don't forget to breathe in reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your legs together. Draw them in. Carefully come up and off the band. Good. We're going to leave the band around our thighs. We're going to hold on to our ball. Go ahead and hop. Oh my gosh. Everybody loses their ball, right? Lost mine too. We're going to hold on gently behind our knees. Tuck our tail. Articulate back. Draw your feet in. Lift your tail. Place the ball in the same position it was earlier for the ball under the sacrum mark. You want a nice neutral spine. You don't want it to be arched. You don't want to be tucked. You want to be able to find a nice line from a platform in your shoulder blades down to your tail. We're going to bring our legs together and we're going to turn it out to a frog diamond or a frog tabletop and press it out away from us and pull it back in. We want to leave our legs pretty high here. If we go down too low, we're going to rock on our ball. We don't want that. We want to stay connected in our abdominals. And exhale to press. Press through the heels. Squeeze those inner thighs. Let's do 3 more. We're going to go into the diamond book again. So we're going to do 1 more. Rotate the femur in the hip socket to pull it back. Press it out to a diamond position. You're really going to be able to find your glutes here after the class. Close the book, open the book, and close it. And rotate the femur in the hip socket to open. Make sure that you're not tucking in your tail. You have a nice wrapped wrist, nice long neck. 3 more. Here's 9. Woo, 1 more. Rotate the femur in the hip socket, leave it open, and float your legs up to the ceiling. Straight up to the ceiling, no tucking, right? So no closer to those, and lower down. We're not releasing the femur. So we're pressing our legs away from us in diamonds, squeezing our glutes, and lift. I am feeling the burn, guys. This is really a lot harder than it feels like it should be right now. Abs up and in, wrap your ribs. Hold on to your ball so it doesn't get away from you. Good. 2 more. Here's 9. And lower. And 10. And lower. Draw your knees into a parallel tabletop for a nice rest and lift them up to the ceiling. Adjust your band as you need to. Turn your feet out to Pilates feet. Open to the side and point, and flex to squeeze your legs together. Point to open. Don't draw your feet closer to your nose. Leave them straight into the ceiling. Still rotating the femur in the hip socket. Now, on this next one, leave them flexed and flex to open, point to close. Flex to open. Good. 3, 4. We're going to do helicopter next. If you haven't done helicopter, we're going to do 2 scissors and then a half circle going in opposite directions to switch your legs. So, right foot comes to your nose, left foot comes to your nose. Leaving your feet turned out, rotate, bring both feet in a half circle. So now my right foot's at my nose. Left foot scissor, right foot scissor. Half circle, right foot scissor, left foot circle, half scissor. Don't allow your sacrum to shift. Switch, switch, switch 2 more to each side. Left scissor, right scissor, half circle. Right scissor, left scissor, half circle. Left scissor, right scissor, half circle. One more time. Staying up at the ceiling. Ooh, I tuck slightly, untuck, guys. Adjust your ball. Tiny circles. Open. Think of more squares. Down, squeeze, and lift. Open, lower, squeeze, and lift. Open, lower. I'm only lowering about 6 inches. One more in this direction. Reverse, lower, open, up, and squeeze. Lower, open, lift, and squeeze. I tucked a little bit. It felt nice. I shouldn't have done it. Whoopsies. Now squeeze your legs in. Give them a nice hug. Lower your feet down. Lift your sacrum off the ball. Articulate up to sitting. Remove your band. I'm going to come to sitting on my right hip first. God, I cannot keep a hold of that ball today. I'm going to sit in a side sit position so my heels are lined up with my glutes. I'm going to separate my legs. I'm going to come down, laying on my arm one more time, stacking my hips. I'm in a sideline position with my knees bent, glutes lined up towards my hips. Squeeze into the ball for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Abs up and in. Extend my leg. My thighs are lined up. So I have thigh on thigh. It's not pressed down. It will be pressed down soon, but not right now. And I'm going to pulse in for 1, 2, 3. Really squeeze my glute here. Good. I'm going to bend my knee back in for a moment. Press up to sitting. Come up. So my fingers are pointed away from me. My wrist is directly under my shoulder. I'm going to extend my leg so it's down, pointed away from me. And now I'm going to reach my arm, flip my palm up on my knee, and I'm going to press up, squeezing my glutes, bring my bicep on my ear, and side bend, and then I'm going to release back down. Here's 2. Modification. Come to your forearm and press up and lower. Good. Now from there, I'm going to remove the ball for a moment. I'm going to come to a side sit position or a Z sit or a crisscross applesauce for mermaid. Arms in a T. I'm going to bring my right arm down by my side. Fingertips point away from me. Bend my elbow in so it reaches and towards. So I really reach up and over. Reaching for the wall in the ceiling meet. Come back to a T. Cross my left hand across my knee. Palm up to the ceiling. Reach towards the opposite direction. Don't crunch in. Press down. So you're lifting, 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 but wrap your ribs. Arms to a T. And side bend. Think of reaching out of both sides, not collapsing into the side so you can really feel it on the top side. Is nice. But you really want to ground in both sides and feel the length. Instead of thinking bend, think length. 1 more. Bring your arms back to a T, lower them to the ground. We're going to go to the other side for that same series, and then we're going to be done with class, guys. So I'm going to place the ball between my thighs above my knees again. Line my glutes up with my heels. Come down, line on my side, just like I did for side line. Lift up out of my side, closest to the mat. So I'm not sinking into it. I'm trying to stack my hips. And I'm going to pulse in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend my legs straight out so you can really find those glutes and pulse. 2, 3, 4. Using your glutes, using the inner thighs. Bend my knee back in. Press myself up to sitting. Bring my wrist directly under my shoulder. Roll my shoulder up, back, and down. Press it away from my ear. Extend my leg away from me. So I might have to adjust slightly, right? Flip my palm up on top of my leg. And I'm going to press up and reach. Lifting up out of my side, just like I will in mermaid. See, I have a nice bend in my side as if I'm reaching over a barrel and come back down. Again, modification. Come onto your forearm and lift and reach. and lower. And lift, and one more. Reach, and lower. Final mermaid, sitting on my left hip. I can sit in the mermaid sit, I can sit in the Z sit, I can sit in crisscross applesauce. If you find your legs in front of you or in diamond are more comfortable, that's always an option. Arms to a T, bring your left hand down, fingertips away from you, bend your elbow in, so your elbow's touching your waist, and reach out at both sides so that you're reaching for the wall in the ceiling beam. Arms to a T, flip your right hand on top, palm facing up, reach to the outside. I'm pressing down into that thigh to pull my shoulder away from my ear and not sink into my right side. Arms to a T. One more, guys. Find the breath. This is still an exercise, but it's a nice, relaxing ending exercise. Just a nice breath work. Bring your arms back to a T. Find a comfortable position. Take a nice deep breath. Thank you for joining me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed working with you. If you have any questions or need any modifications, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much.